Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rob's Movie Reviews. Being the day before Halloween, I'm going to slip in one more horror movie review for you. This is a review of the 1982 Warner Brothers release Creepshow, which saw the collaboration between Stephen King and George A. Romero. King wrote the screenplay and George Romero directed. Both of them were huge fans of the EC comic series from the comic book series from the 1950s and 60s and decided to get together and make a film as a tribute to those comic books that heavily influenced them both in their youth. And they did a tremendous job. King wrote a series of five short episodes. The film was an anthology consisting of five short stories, all of which were each unique from one another and very good. There was a good amount of humor injected in, but not enough to take it out of the horror element or even to make it a horror comedy. It is a horror film. But as you can see, the movie's tagline, it is the most fun you'll ever have being scared. I promise you that. If you haven't seen this film, you really got to check it out. It stars Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson is in this film. The legendary veteran actor E.G. Marshall is in the film. Adrienne Barbeau. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. The special effects are outstanding. And what really gives it that live action comic book feel is the use of vibrant colors in the not only in the lighting scheme, but also in the sets themselves. There's a lot of bright colors that really pop and jump out at you. And in a lot of the scenes, they actually use comic book like panels that they superimpose over the footage when they transition from one scene to another, like you're turning the page of a comic book. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's a great movie. Like I said, it came out in 1982, written by Stephen King, directed by George Romero. It was made on a $8 million budget, and it did $21 million at the box office. And God only knows how much money it made on when they did the home video release of it to VHS, because it just sold like hotcakes. Growing up in the 80s, everybody I knew and went to school with had a copy of Creepshow. It was that popular of a movie. It's wonderful. It's a fun time. It's a great Halloween film. Get together with friends and turn out the lights and just sit back and enjoy a good movie where you get a few good laughs, some scares, and just have a really good time being scared. It's a lot of fun. Stephen King himself actually is in one of the episodes. He plays an over-the-top hillbilly who finds a meteor that lands on his property, and he throws cold water on it and it cracks open and some weird looking stuff runs out of it. He makes the mistake of touching it, and it begins to form like moss growing on his body, and it just spreads from his hand to his arm. But it not only on him, the entire landscape, his house, his yard, everything starts getting taken over with this strange bright green vegetation. And I don't want to tell you too much about it. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it, but it ranges from stories like that to the more traditional horror, like a zombie type story. There's a monster in a wooden case hidden under a stairwell story. There's even one that involves bugs, and that's personally, that's the one that disturbed me the most because I absolutely can't stand bugs. So that was pretty gross, to say the least. But I really, really enjoy this movie. It's got some pretty graphic stuff in it, but it's still safe for kids to watch. There might be, there's a little bit of swearing, but it's not too over the top. So it's safe for kids to enjoy along with the adults. It's a fun movie. I highly recommend Creepshow if you're looking for something to watch this Halloween after you get home from trick-or-treating. If you want to sit down and watch a scary movie with your kids, this is a good one to watch with them. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this review, and I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Until then, you take care.